Okay, good morning. Today is Tuesday, March 5th, and we are continuing right along with Module 4, Lesson 18. And you can see our learning goal today is the same as it was yesterday. I can relate decimal and fraction multiplication, meaning I can see how fraction and decimal multiplication is the same. So we're going to do the same thing we were doing yesterday, but we're going to add on. The directions tell us to multiply using fraction form and unit form. So how many different ways do we need to multiply? Two. We need to first use fraction form, and then we need to use unit form. Then it says check our answer by counting the decimal places, and I'll show you what that means in just a little bit. Luckily, we know that fraction form and unit form are very related. Okay. In fact, let's do unit form first in red. How do I say 3.3? Well, it's 33 something. 33 what's? Tenths, okay. And then if I have 1.6, that's also, I see that's 16, but it's 16 what's? Okay, so if I multiply using unit form, this is what it might look like. 33 tenths times 16 tenths. Let's first multiply the numbers using standard algorithm. What's 3 times 6? 18. What's 3 times 6? 18 plus 1? 19. Now I'm working in the tens, so I'm going to add a placeholder 0. What's 1 times 3? What's 1 times 3? Okay. If I add that up, I have 8 in the ones place. How many? 12, right? And then 5. 528. If I have tenths times tenths, what do I have? Hundredths. Right? So 528 hundredths. That means I have 528, but I want the 8 to be in the what's place? Hundredths. So where does the decimal point need to be? After the 5. So my answer is 5.28. And that's how I multiply using unit form. Now let's do the same problem using fraction form. If I have 33 tenths, that's the same as 33 tenths. Yes? 16 tenths is 16 tenths. Now I know I proved it using rectangular fraction models last week. I know I can multiply the numerators to get my new numerator, and I can multiply my denominators to get my new denominator. Yes? Yeah. So in order to get my new numerator, I have to do 33 times 16. We already did the math. What is 33 times 16? 528. What's 10 times 10 to get my new denominator? 100. So this is 528 over 100. How many hundredths does it take to make one whole? 100. How many hundredths do I have in 528? 5 hundredths. So how many wholes do I have? 5. Okay, 5. And then after I take away 500 hundredths, how many hundredths do I have left? 28 hundredths. And this is how you would write your final answer in fraction form. This is how you would write your final answer. Actually, this is how this entire thing is how you would write your final answer in unit form. Now it tells us to check our answer by counting the decimal places. What that means is we have to take a look at the factors. In 3.3, how many decimal numbers do we have? 1. In 1.6, how many decimal numbers do we have? 1. So all together, over here I have 1 decimal. Over here I have 1 decimal. So how many decimal numbers do I have altogether? That means in my product, I should have 2 digits after the decimal. In my product, how many digits do I have after the decimal? 2. So that's how I can check my work by counting the decimal places. However many I have in the factors altogether, I should also have in my answer. Make sense?